If you are doing an accountancy qualification, or you are in university and you have a subject as the name of accountancy, or you are preparing to attend a written test or an interview in accountancy field, or you are running your own business and need to understand the real transactions of the business, how to realize that, how to record that in journal, ledger, trial balance, and produce the financial statement, this video is exactly for you. We are here with a new series of videos, case studies and practical questions, which directly will target the questions which are based on real examples of the business in the world. That will directly target your written test, interview, and the test in the universities for the ACCA, for the CPA, for the CA, and all accountancy qualifications as a basic practical questions. So there will be many series and there will be many parts in each series. Continue with each and individual of them and you will learn a lot as a practical accountant, and you can even start working in this field. So let's directly jump to the video. Yeah, we have already recorded the journal entries. We brought everything, classified that to relevant general ledgers, which was in previous parts. But one of the important part which is coming now will be the closing of the general ledger. But before that, make sure you review these parts. These parts are very important. Don't directly jump to this part of the video. They are very important, and more than that, I will put debit and credit link here. It's a video as the name of secret of debit and credit or double entry system, how the debit and credit worked. Review that video. That will be a great video. It will make your basic. After that you can continue with the previous parts and coming to this part and how it was transferred to the general ledger. If you don't know about the elements of financial statement, I will insert another link here. Go and review that. That will be very beneficial for you to understand that. Okay, continuing with the closing process, that's a simple word. Let me clarify that. Suppose you have two sides. One of them is called the debit, one of them is called the credit. You need to find out whether this account general ledger is with debit balance at the end of the period or with a credit balance at the end of the period. That's simple. That's the whole process we need to do. And if that's with the debit balance, we will transfer that debit balance as a debit in the trial balance. But first we need to find out what will be that amount that need to be transferred. So make sure, consider what's the debit and what's the credit. For the closing purpose, always remember that the debit should be equal to the credit. I mean the closing balance, the closing of all will be equal, and the transferable amount will be the difference between the debit and credit side. Let me go in practical way for a question. For the toughest one, directly for the cash, you can see here we have 28,000 on debit side and $8,400 on credit side. So what does it mean here? The debit side is more than the credit side. So it means that we have debit of 28,000, credit of 8,400. The difference between them is exactly the balance which will go out to the trial balance, but by the name of bigger one, the richer one. Here the 28,000 is in which side? The debit side. And remember the closing amount, which is called carry forward as well. Carry forward as well. That's the name given to that. The carry forward balance will appear in which side? In the opposite side of the balance of the account. Okay, let's go ahead for that. You can see the side which is lower is opposite to the 28,000 I told you. What you will do, you will deduct to the remaining part from 28,000. 28,000 minus 8,400 which will be equal to 19,600. It means the closing balance, the carry forward of this period, which will be the brought forward of next period. The opening balance of next period will be 19,600. This balance will be transferred in trial balance. So consider that's exactly opposite side of the main balance of the account. Why? Because now they are equal. Now both have 28,000 as a balance. So carry forward is 19,600. Let's go ahead with the capital. Carry forward will be exactly the same amount, 20,000. They are equal. Now close. We need this carry forward. We will come to that as well. Let's close this one. Carry forward will be equal to 2,500. 2,500. Now they are equal. Another side, you can see account payable and debit side. We have, sorry, inventory and debit side, but we are closing that in other side, which is 6,000. Remember this. Whenever we are doing the closing, the balance will go to the trial balance, but from there the expense and revenue will go to the income statement, but the asset, liability and capital will go to the balance sheet. That's something very much important, but we will come to that step by step. So here we have a few transactions going on. 6,800. It means the credit side is a bit heavier, but the debit side is lower. That's why we are going to close that on the lower side. So 6,800 minus 3,800, that 3,000 will be the closing balance. Let's go ahead to the account receivable. Here this side is lower. We are going to close that here. Carry forward equal to this 3,500 minus 1,000, 2,700. Now they are equal. The carry forward will be this side because this is the lower side. It means the lowest possible now. So it will be exactly the same, 10,700. And here the carry forward amount will be the 300. These are expense and they will go to the income statement. Okay, carry forward will be 700. Now you can double check. We will come at the end. I will come back to how we can double check these things. 200. They are very simple. And another side we have the utilities. The carry forward equal to 500. The carry forward will be equal to 1,200. Just a point to remember, check them all. Like the first one, 28, 2020, 2,500, 6,000, 6,800, 3,700, 10,700. If all of them equal, it means you did till here right. But there will be another check in the trial balance in the next part, and make sure you come and see how we are transferring this to other part and how we are going to assign the nature of that, the relevant financial statement, and whether they are in debit and credit side. But that's a part of the next part of these videos. Thank you so much for being with us till end of the video. This is one of the generic, unique type of practical question case studies you can find overall the YouTube. So it will help you a lot in understanding the practical questions of accountancy and dealing with normal deals and transactions within a business, which will support you for your written test, for your interview for a job, for exams in university and accountancy qualifications. Just a kind request, hit the like button. That will be a big support for us. That will be a big passion and promotion for us, as well as share this with your friends. That will be very much helpful for them as well. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.